guys, welcome back to my channel. What I have for you today is some Dollar Tree Valentine's gift ideas for him or for her. And let me give you a hint, they're sweet. Okay, let me show you. We're going to be making 5 Dollar Tree sweet treat gifts for him or her, okay? So let's get started. Let me show you what you'll need for the first one, okay? You're going to need a foam ball. Now let me tell you, I got the smooth foam ball and mine is 5.8 inches. And I got this at Michael's. I would suggest that you use the floral foam like this because I had to get my husband to put this in for me and he had to use a drill. I don't think you want to do that, okay? And then I just have a dowel right here. We had this laying around the house. You could use the Dollar Tree Crafter Square dowels. You definitely could use that, so you'll need something like that. Then I'm using a Dollar Tree bucket. I think it is so cute with all that love and the Be Mine, the conversational hearts. I'm going to be using some kind of Dollar Tree ribbon, maybe that one, I'm not sure. Okay, then I have 6 of the Russel Stover strawberry and cream in white fudge, okay? This is going to be so delicious. So I have 6 packages of this. And you want me to be your Valentine, let me tell you. I will fix you up. Okay, and then I have 3 of these packages of the Tootsie Rolls that say Be Mine. I have 3 of these. Then I have, now I can't find my low temp glue gun, so I can't use hot temp on that, it'll melt. So I'm just going to be using some Scotch tape, okay? And then I have some of these little rounds from the Dollar Tree, so you'll need 1 or 2 of these. And that is it. It is going to be so simple, but so cute. So let me flip the camera down and we'll get started. Okay, as you all know, I had to get my husband to get this dowel, this wooden dowel in this ball with a drill. I mean, he couldn't even push it in there and he's strong. So I definitely would suggest that you use this floral foam like this to do it, okay? But I wanted a bigger ball and couldn't find anything. So now this wooden dowel, like I said, we just had around the house, but you can either wrap it with ribbon or you could paint it. And I'm going to take this Apple Barrel Pink Parfait paint. I think that will give us such a pretty look, and I'm going to paint it. Now I'm going to sponge it actually, I think. So don't worry, I'm not getting a lot of fumes from the paint. Because a lot of you may not know, but I'm recovering from COVID pneumonia and I'm doing very well. So I want to thank everyone for their prayers, and I know it's really made a difference. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to do this real lightly. I can't even smell this. So I'm just sponging it on really. It's going to dry very quickly. So see, that's what we're getting. I think it's fine, okay? So what you want to do is get one of these floral foams from the Dollar Tree. And this is 3.8 inches by 2.8 inches, okay? And you may need 2 of these, I don't know. And then get you a container. And I love this from the Dollar Tree. I think it's so pretty with all those conversational hearts. Okay, so I have my glue gun and I've opened this one. And what we're going to do is just put some glue on here and stick that right down in the center because I want it to hold. I'm going to need 2 of these. So we'll just open this second one, put some glue on it. But these would be great gifts for men or women, or if your child is in school right now. I know a lot of them are being homeschooled or doing remote learning. Okay, and there that is. That's much better. And that is what you have so far. It's already really cute, okay? So what I want to do is open these Russel Stover strawberry creams. I love anything that is cream like that. And they're kind of big, but you really don't get that many. You get 6 in a package, okay? So we are going to try to hope that we have enough. And I'm just going to double this tape back on itself. And I'm just going to start sticking these on here. I think it's going to be so cute and festive. And then your little Valentine can just pick this right off of their tree. So I won't have you watch me do this all over, but I'm going to just put these sporadically on there, and then we're going to fill in with the Tootsie Roll. Okay, this is what we're getting so far. I think that is so pretty. Okay, and it just goes all the way around. So now what we're going to do is open up these little candies. And we're just going to sort of fill in there in between with this. And I'm hoping to have enough to fill in the bottom here. If you wanted all the Russel Stover, you're going to have to get more than I did. I had 6, and you can see what it did. So let me just let you get an idea of what we're doing. I know you probably know it's really simple. And then we will see what else we want to do. But you see what I'm doing right there. I just think that's so cute. Who would not want to get a bouquet of candy, okay? And it didn't cost you much. Well, here is this one. I think it is adorable. And you will need 3 of the Tootsie Roll containers, but I think it is so pretty. And then I put some there at the bottom. So now what I want to do to finish this off is just take a ribbon, any kind that you want from the Dollar Tree, and just tie you a bow. It doesn't have to be real fancy, nothing like that. Just tie a pretty little bow, and then chevron your ends. And now this one is complete. So this is what you have. I think it's adorable. And I'll let you see it better up close. You definitely will need 3 of these containers. And like I said, if you want more of the Russel Stovers, you'll need more than I had. Now, I would recommend that you get a low temp glue gun to put this on with, because my tape, some of them are trying to come off. But you could also put ribbon and just loop it right down in here like that, in the other empty spaces. It would be gorgeous, okay? So that's that one. I really think that is sweet, okay? Now, for the next sweet little DIY, what you're going to need is 4 candy boxes from the Dollar Tree, whatever kind you want, okay? And then you need as many little separate candies from the Dollar Tree. I just picked up 7 because I really don't need all this candy. And some of these wooden dowels from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and I'm going back with that same paint that I used earlier. Oh, and you'll also need some of this floral foam from the Dollar Tree, okay? So what I want to do is open this and pull me out 7 dowels, okay? And we're going to do the same principle with these. We're just going to sponge them, or just go like this and kind of paint them. You could paint them any color you wanted. I think this would be a great gift for a guy. But, you know, you could give him something pink if you wanted. So I won't have you watch me do this because I know you know what I'm doing. So as soon as I get these painted, I'll be back. Okay, so what you want to do, Like I said, you need 4 of these, and you want to put them, you can really do it any way you want, but I want all this candy to be seen, okay? So I'm putting this one flat, then I'm butting this one like this, then I'm butting this one like this, and then this one is going to be like this. So that's what I'm doing, okay? You might want to take a screenshot if you want, okay? So I'm going to take my glue gun, and I'm going to put some little bit of glue right down through here and snug that right like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put some glue right down through here, or you could do it on the other one, whatever you wanted. And I'm going to snug that one right like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, I'm going to put it right down through here. You could take the plastic off. That would work as well. Okay, and then all I have to do is put some right down through here. Okay, and we've made our little container to hold. You could put flowers in here, you could put whatever you wanted. Okay, so I took some of this floral foam. It's really easy to cut, and I just cut it, and I'm going to stick it right in there, okay? Then I'm going to take these and just start gluing my candy to this wherever I want them. Okay. So I'm going to put, I think this one up high. So I'm going to liberally put some glue there and stick this right on here and hold it, okay? And then I'm going to take this and stick this right in there. And that's what you're getting. I think it's adorable, I really do. Okay, now if you want them at different heights, so I'm going to take my Klein pliers and I'm going to cut it from this way. It'll give you more of a straight cut. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue maybe this white Snickers on here. My husband loves white chocolate. Okay, and we're going to stick that one right here. And you're making your own bouquet. If you would order this, it would cost you so much money. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think we'll have this one a little longer than I had that one. I love these pliers. They will cut anything. And we'll put a Snickers on this, a Three Musketeer on this one. And you can put them down more if you want. I didn't get enough on that one, so I gotta put a little more on there. And we're gonna stick that one right there. Get all my glue webs off. And they can just go around once again and pick what they want. And then I'm going to put, I think, a Milky Way up here really high. Like that. And then maybe we will put this Hershey's right in here. We'll put it right like that. Isn't that adorable? Okay, and then we only have a couple more. We have a Hershey's. Put it right here. You could put as many as you want. It's totally up to you. You could even take those little Dollar Tree hearts and stick them on the tips. Those real shiny ones. I think that would be cute. Okay. Then our last one is the Snickers. And I think I'm going to put it, I may just stick it right like that. I think that is so cute. Look at that. And you didn't have a lot of money in it. So now you can tie a bow if you want, or you can just leave it like this. I don't even think I'm going to tie a bow. It's very sturdy. So that's our next one. And I'm telling you, if you would pay to have these made, oh my gosh, you would pay dear. Okay, for our next one that we're getting ready to do, you'll need one of these little boxes from the Dollar Tree of your choice, and then flowers from the Dollar Tree. I just love pink. And some candies from the Dollar Tree. This is the one that has the little hearts, okay? So, you know those little rose boxes, they're all the rage. Well, you can make your very own from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to take this other foam pieces from the Dollar Tree, put them right down in here. 3 is perfect, all right? And then all you need to do is figure out what flowers you want. So I have a variety of different pinks, okay? So I think I'm going to do, okay, I think I just want the rose, okay? Without the greenery. Without the leaves, okay? So you're just going to start sticking this wherever you want it. We're basically going to go around, all right? And we'll see how many of these really light ones we can get in here, because I love them. I think they're so pretty. But you can make your very own rose box. Just try to keep it symmetrical with the colors. Maybe I should put these in the back, since I don't know if I'll have enough of that color, okay? All right. Then what we'll do is we'll pop in here with these darker color ones, or maybe these lighter ones. Right here in the center. These are just so pretty. Okay. And that's what we're getting so far. It picks up on all those colors. Now we're going to take some of these darker ones. I'm going to put one right here. And you could get a bigger container if you wanted. If you had a bigger container, it would hold a lot more candy, but we're still going to hold a lot, okay? And that's what you're getting. I think it is beautiful, okay? I would love to have this. Then we're going to open up this precious little dog. Okay? And we're just going to pour these out. They're red and silver. There's not a lot. And we are just going to put this right in the middle of these flowers. So now, whoever gets this has chocolates and flowers. So this is our next one. I would love to get something like that. If you wanted, you could cut this lid off, but I'm not going to. I think it is really pretty. Okay, so that's our next one. It almost looks like a treasure chest of goodies, all right? Okay, this is a really simple, I just have a Dollar Tree picture frame, and I'm making this for my sweet bar that I'm going to have in just a minute, after all these gorgeous little things. Okay, I just took some more of this beautiful scrapbook paper, laid this around it, cut it, and then another really pretty little piece that was already cut out, and it said sweet. Okay, I love that. I'm going to take my tape. You could use glue, but I'm just going to use this. And I'm going to put this on top of this. You can measure it. I'm going to eyeball it, and that's what you get, like that. Okay, then all we have to do is put this in here, put these little spacers back in. Slide that on. That is so cute. I love it. It's very sweet. Then we're going to take some of these little cupcake stickers, and I just wanted to put it on here. You could paint this picture frame if you wanted. I don't want to. And I'm just going to peel this right off the back. Okay? And I want him to know that this is the sweet station. Isn't that cute? It's so dimensional and so pretty. Okay, for the next one, this I'm looking forward to. You're going to need a plate from the Dollar Tree. I just like this really pretty red and white. I thought it looked so Valentine's. Then you're going to need assorted sizes of cookie cutters. This one actually came from the Dollar Tree, this little one. And then these two came from Walmart in a set, okay? Then you're going to need some sprinkles. I picked these up at Walmart quite a while ago. Some sliced strawberries in that sweet syrup. I got mine at Publix. And a Sara Lee family size but all butter pound cake. And some Ready Whip. I went with fat free for this. And that gives us this. And I will put it on this foil and just cut this one out. And that's what we have, okay? Okay, so I've put my whipped cream on there. Going to take, and you could leave it like that, but I'm going to take some strawberries and drizzle down there. Then I'm going to take this little one and put some more strawberries on top because, hey, it's Valentine's, and finish it off with some Cool Whip. And this is what we have. Hey, go big or go home. But I think that's adorable. Okay, for the next one, what you're going to need, we're going to make a strawberry milkshake. Oh my gosh. You're going to need some whole strawberries or fresh strawberries that you freeze. I just bought these. Some ice cream of your choice, vanilla. I just bought Breyers. And then you're going to need some of this unsweetened almond milk, or you can use regular milk, and these beautiful little glasses from the Dollar Tree, okay? And a straw, okay? So, you'll need a blender, all right? So what we're going to do is put a cup of milk in there. And then we're going to put one scoop of vanilla ice cream. I might do another scoop. That doesn't look like much. Alright. Alright, that looks better because one of my scoops is probably equal to somebody else's scoop. Okay, then we're going to take about a handful of strawberries. Oh, these smell delicious. Okay, put the top on, and we have a delicious milkshake, strawberry milkshake, okay? And I tweaked it. I ended up putting about 2 cups of milk, and I tweaked it a little bit. I ended up putting 2 cups of milk, probably about 4 scoops of ice cream. Then we're going to add some Cool Whip. And since my husband isn't here, I made a smaller one. I can't possibly use all that. And then our straws. I wish I had some Valentine straws, but I don't. And here this is. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps me out on YouTube. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and become a member of our family. And if you subscribe, hit that notification bell and set it to all so you won't miss an upload. So I'm not going to be putting up a Cricut this Monday. My mom and my husband were a little concerned because it takes so long for me to edit. They said just one more week. So I said, okay. So I'm going to start my Cricuts a week from this Monday, okay? So I will see you Tuesday for a really cute Dollar Tree DIY. So let's go take a look at my sweet bar. Okay, here is my sweet bar. I love it. And it's all mostly from the Dollar Tree. There's my little sweet sign. That is going to be so delicious. There's my milkshake. And I really do think that turned out really sweet. I would love to get something like that. Or a guy would love something like that. Maybe you could put some lottery tickets there or something else for them, as well as the candy. And then here's that little basket full of hearts and candy from the Dollar Tree, as well as some sparkling cider from the Dollar Tree. And I just sort of incorporated, let me move my remote, those little Dollar Tree sweets, fairy garden things around through there. And I love that little sweet sign. So until next time, bye guys.